How you all doing? This is part 4 of my Sega Saturn review. I'm gonna go over more of my games, so I'm gonna go on to the next one. This is Robotica Super Nation Revolt, and that sound was the disc inside. I got this for only €3 out of a second-hand bookshop called Bookmart in town. I live in Dublin, Ireland, and this is only €3, and in my opinion, it's worth €3. Now this is on the PC, but it was part of the Sega Saturn, and I think it's on the PlayStation. It's a first-person shooter. You're inside this robot, and you're on board this space station called Daedalus, which is like it maintains law and order on planet Earth. It's like a fortress, and these terrorists want to do away with Daedalus. So you're like a soldier that works for this Daedalus place inside this robot. You're a cyborg, and you have to go around the Daedalus space station destroying all the enemies. This is the disc copy. There's no manual or anything, just the disc and the box. Only €3, and it's worth the money in my opinion. Now a lot of people don't like this game. They think it's too slow paced, and they think it's too fucking repetitive. I mean every level looks the same. You're just going around shooting robots and other things. But I like the game. I have fun playing the game. That's my own personal opinion. It is very slow paced, but it's very playable. One button, you have a gun in one hand and you have a fist in the other, and one button fires another button. I'm not sure which button does which because I haven't played this in a long time, but one your right hand has the gun and your left hand is like a fist, and you can punch things. And the cool thing about Robotica, you can get missiles and get other weapons that are spread out throughout the levels. And the thing is, you have to kill all the enemies in the area, and then head for the exit, and you have to get a key to open the door at the end. So it's something similar to Doom, except it's just robots, and it is very slow paced, and everything does pretty much look the same. But luckily on the top left hand corner there's like a mini map that shows you where you've been, and it leaves like a blue trail behind you. Like on the mini map you're like an arrow, and when you move a blue line goes like that. So that shows you where you've been. So that helps you out a bit. But it is very easy to get lost and trying to figure out where to go. But that map is there to help. So in my opinion, it's not a terrible game, but it's not a classic by any means. We have fun with the game because I like robots and I like first person shooters. So that's why I got it. And this box is literally falling apart. So because it's just held together by glue. Like there's no just glue. So that's one thing about Sega Saturn cases. They fall apart over time. So yeah. So for Robotica Super Nation Revolt. Now I think in America it's called Daedalus. Because that's where the game. Daedalus is a space station orbiting Earth, and these terrorists are trying to destroy us. So I think in America it's called Daedalus. But over here it's called fucking Robotica Super Nation Revolt. So for Robotica Super Nation Revolt, we'll give it 6 out of 10. It was fun playing this game, but it's not a classic by any means. So if you like robots and if you like first person shooters, then yeah, I say get it. But like it is very slow paced, and it's just not a great game. It's good in my opinion, but a lot of people seem to hate this game. I've seen people give this game 2 out of 10 or even 1 out of 10. I have fun playing the game. That's just my own personal opinion. So yeah, would give it a 6 out of 10. Next game is Off-World Interceptor Extreme, right? Now I got this for $2.50 from this guy Chill Out Games on eBay, and we recommend if you're going to get games on eBay, you should check that guy out. I don't know if you can see that. Chill Out Games, on eBay. If you're looking to get second hand games or consoles, it's a pretty good thing on eBay. chilloutgames.co.uk. I don't know if you can see it, but this game, Off-World Interceptor Extreme, again, it's made by Crystal Dynamics, and it's a very good game in my opinion. From what I've played, I haven't played that much of it, but we have your Off-World. It's like your car has big chubby, big dirt wheels. So them cars that have the big fucking tires and they're able to go mountains and stuff like that. So that's pretty. I haven't played it that much, but from what I have played, it's very good. And Crystal Dynamics did Soul Reaver and Legacy of Kain, which are awesome games, and we highly recommend them too. But this is the only sort of racing game that I'm aware of. So for Off-World Interceptor Extreme, it's a very good game in my opinion. We'll give it a 7 out of 10. And like I said, chilloutgames.co.uk. Would recommend getting stuff from him on eBay. So yeah. Or sometimes he's on Amazon.co.uk. In my opinion, Yeah, so yeah, good game, Off-World Interceptor Extreme. In my opinion, we'll give it a 7 out of 10. Right, on to another game, which is a favourite of mine, Gun Griffin. Now this is an awesome game. It's a mech game. You're going around blowing up other mechs and airplanes and helicopters and stuff. Now this is the 2D and 3D sort of gameplay, and I think it works very well. It's made by Game Art. Now Game Art's made a lot of games for the Mega CD, and it's a pretty good game in my opinion. There's a sequel to it. I have no idea what that's like, but this is pretty cool, in my opinion. So yeah, would recommend this game, Gun Griffin, for the Sega Saturn, So it's a lot more. It's a first person perspective, and it runs a lot faster than fucking Robotica because it's mostly 2D, So yeah, for Gun Griffin, we'll give it an 8 out of 10. It's one of the more unique mech games for the Sega Saturn, Okay. On to the next game, which is a good game as well in my opinion. Dark Light Conflict by Electronic Arts EA. It's a 3D spaceship game. It's awesome in my opinion. I haven't played that much of it, but it's pretty cool. Now EA made their own sort of cases. It's something similar to a Sega Mega Drive case or a VHS tape, And it's a pretty good game. It's a first person perspective 3D spaceship game. And the ship designs and the music are pretty cool, and it's the disc, so yeah, it's pretty cool, and in my opinion, yeah, so Dark Light Conflict, there's the manual and stuff, and it's pretty cool. I haven't played that much of it, but from what I have played, it's pretty cool. Dark Light Conflict. And we'll give it 8 out of 10. It's a very good game. I would recommend it. I would recommend it. I want to a game that's fucking terrible in my opinion, and I'm sorry I got it. Defcon 5, right? Now, the reason why I got this is because first person shooters are my favourite sort of game, I was trying to get all first person shooters available for the Sega Saturn, And this game came up, and it was dirt cheap. I should have avoided this game like the fucking plague. It's terrible. Well, in my opinion, the main problem with Defcon 5 is it's not just a first-person shooter, right? But sometimes you're in a turret and you have to shoot down enemy fighter craft, right? So it's a combination of them two sort of style games. first person shooter and a turret game where you're shooting down enemy spacecraft, right? Now, the whole thing with Capcom 5 is there's this mining facility on this alien planet, right? And it's breaking down. And we forget the name of the planet, some fucking alien world or something like that. And you're an engineer for this company, right? And they send you out there to repair this mining facility. And you get there, and everyone else is pretty much dead, and the place is falling apart. So you have to fucking repair the station, and you have to defend the station against aliens and enemy aircraft. Because the fellas in charge tell you this, right? You have to defend the station until backup arrives, right? So you get there, and you're trying to fix the station, and you're trying to kill the aliens that bar the station where you're going, right? Then it says you have to get to the turrets and defend the station against enemy alien aircraft, right? So there's 6 turrets spread out throughout this whole mining facility, right? That are the far apart, like, you know. Now this thing called a limo, which is like a hover fucking limo that takes you from turret to turret really fast, right? But the thing is, right, you're the only person on the station and the 6 turrets, right? Now, it's impossible to defend the whole station against enemy aircraft, fix the station, and kill the aliens that actually bar the station. This sort of game, you need 4 or 5 other people. You know what I mean? It's set up like it's a co-op game, but it's only one player, because it's impossible in my opinion, because you have to, and the turrets get damaged themselves from enemy aircraft, so you have to actually repair the turrets yourself to keep them operational while defending against aliens. It's just impossible, and it's very annoying, you know, in my opinion, you know. In this game, like, if you're going around on foot, like, trying to get around, fucking everything looks the same. So it's just fucking disappointing, in my opinion, you know. So like, it's just disappointing. I wouldn't recommend it, but that's my opinion, you know what I mean. It runs pretty well, and the sound and all is good. It's just impossible. I can't even get off the first level, like, you know, because I'm trying to repair this turret, and then I'm trying to kill the aliens, and then it's game over, like, explosion. So just disappointing game, in my opinion, you know. On to a game that I don't really care about, actual golf. Now, my brothers like playing this game, but for a golf game, it's pretty good. But I just find golf boring, like, personally. But if you like golf games, then yeah, I'd really recommend it. It's pretty good. You know, it actually has Pierre Alice as the commentator. He's actually a real golf commentator, so, you know, and it's pretty good, like. So yeah, it's made by Gremlin Interactive. So yeah, if you do like golf games, yeah, get it. Now, we have multiple copies of this game, because we have 5 Sega Saturns, and each one a copy of this came with it. So it's not rare, you know. So for golf games, yeah, I'll give it a 7 out of 10, an 8 out of 10. But we'll just win a barn. But if you like golf games, then great. On to a game that I think is very good. Crusader No Remorse. Now we got this for $2.50 out of there's a shop in Dublin called Rage, and it sells retro games and old consoles. It's near Grafton Street. I'm not actually, the name of it is called Fade Street. Fade Street in Dublin. It's a great shop if you want to get retro games and consoles. It's called Rage. What that stands for is I forget, but it's Rage, Rage, on Fade Street. It's a great place to get retro games and consoles. So Crusader No Remorse, non-stop action, serious attitude, made by Origin. Right? It's a good game. It's a top-down shooter, you know, and it's very there's lots of blood and gore and stuff. So yeah, I'd really recommend it. I think it's on the P. I think this is on the PC and the with the PlayStation, and he sort of looks like a Cylon except he's red, which looks cool. Like obviously they got the design from Battlestar Galactica, which is awesome. So yeah, I would recommend this game, and it's still cheap as well. So yeah, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. It's very good. Would recommend it. Now on to an American game, and like I said, if the action replay cartridge will allow you to play games from other countries. So Congo, the movie, The Lost City of Zins, right? It's a first person shooter, right? And it's pretty good, I think. You're this black guy lost in the Congo, and there's gorillas out to kill you and other fucking wildlife in the jungle. And every so often, an airplane drops supplies and stuff like that. So it's pretty good, from what I remember. I think the black guy that you play in the game, he's out to get diamonds or something like that, and bring them back to the company or something like that. I forget the actual storyline because I haven't played this in a long time. But it is and it's actually made by Paramount, so this is based on the movie, I guess. Obviously, I never seen the movie, so I don't know what it's like. But the game, it's good. I mean, it runs pretty well. It's a first-person shooter, so if you like jungles and killing gorillas and other wildlife, then yeah, I mean, it's a good game in my opinion. So we'll give it a 7 out of 10. It's a good game, in my opinion. Yep. Right. On to a classic, Duke Nukem 3D by 3D Realms. Now, 3D Realms did the PC version and the PlayStation version and the Sega Saturn version. Now, Duke Nukem 3D was made by Lobotomy Software, and everyone knows who Duke Nukem is, right? Awesome, it's brilliant. It's the first adult game that I actually ever played. 18s, Yeah, I played Doom, but Doom didn't have any adult themes or violence like this does. And Duke Nukem is an awesome dude, as everyone knows. So Duke Nukem 3D, this is the game that people were saying this will not be good on the Sega Saturn. There's no way in hell. After after the failure of Doom on the Sega Saturn, there's no way in hell it could do this. But thanks to fucking the Lobotomy Software, they put a lot of hard work to make this game run on the Sega Saturn, and they did a fucking fantastic job. If only there were more developers like that, willing to put in the hard work. As fucking the Lobotomy Software, nearly every game on the Sega Saturn would be as good as this, in my opinion. Now, a lot of people think it's still very crude, compared to the PC version, but for the Sega Saturn, they run this game at 30 frames per second. With all the lighting effects and everything else, it's pretty fucking good. And it proves the point that the Sega Saturn is capable of doing 3D capable games very well, but you have to put in a lot of hard work, and fucking the Lobotomy Software, I just want to prove a point that the Sega Saturn is capable of doing it, and fair play to them. You know what I mean? Because after Doom, they said they wanted to prove that the Sega Saturn could do a first person shooter, and they were right. But it took a lot of hard work to make it happen. So Duke Nukem 3D, fucking awesome. Weapons, level design, everything. It's just an awesome game. And I'll give it a 9 out of 10. It's fucking brilliant. I would recommend it if you're gonna get a Sega Saturn. Now on to a game that is fucking shy, and it's very confusing. The Mansion of Hidden Souls, right? Now, straight away, I thought this was going to be like fucking Resident Evil, That's why I decided to get it. And the fact that it was stored cheap, and I've never heard this game before. The mansion is identical to fucking Resident Evil, but it's a first person shooter, right? With a lot of full motion video characters and shit. It's an RPG, it's but in a first person view, So it's confusing. I only played it twice and I still can't fucking figure this game out, you know. What am I supposed to fucking do? You know, it's just confusing. And it's just, in my opinion, it's just confusing. And I still, I'm trying to figure out. If I mean, it's just a bad game. It's a good way, but it runs pretty well, but it's not like Doom where it's, you know, Doom, how Doom controls. You go forward, left and right, you turn around, no fucking problem. But in this one, you press forward, right, and then he moves 3 steps. You know, he presses left, then he turns around, and then he goes 3 steps. It's not fluid control like Doom, if you know what I mean. Like, in Doom, if you press up, he'll keep walking forward, he'll keep walking. But in this, you press forward, he moves 3 steps, you press forward and then you move another 3 steps, so it's fucking awkward. But it's not meant to be a fast-paced game like Doom, I guess. It's a murder mystery, you know, and stuff like that. Like, you know, like one level, it's a murder mystery, and you have to get clues from the people, from the residents inside this mansion. You know, it's a murder mystery. Then the next one, someone's fucking watcher, something goes missing, and you have to figure that out. So it's about figuring out clues and shit and talking to the people that live there to figure shit out. And but it's just a confusing mess, and the controls sort of let it down. I mean, this sort of game should have been a fucking traditional RPG game where it's a top down view. But the fact that it's in 3D and it moves so slowly, it's ambitious, I say, but it just didn't work out too well. In my opinion, that's just my own opinion. So with the Mansion of Hidden Souls, I'd give it a fucking 3 out of 10. It's just a concept that just didn't work out well, in my opinion. You know, so, you know. On to the next game. Right, this is a Space Hulk. Vengeance of the Blood Angels, made by Games Workshop. Now, Games Workshop make a lot of miniature real-life games on tables and stuff. So this is the first actual video game that I know of that they made. It's a first-person shooter, you know, and you belong to this brotherhood of Space Hulks, you know. Yeah, be down now. So I better end this part of the video and I'll get back to you, because I got to go down for my dinner, right? So thanks for watching, and we'll continue on later on. So if you want to subscribe or leave a comment, go ahead. So thanks again. See you. Bye bye.